Hello, my squidlings. Today I'm going to be doing some sketches from reference in a sketchbook. It's been quite a long time since I've done something like this, especially on the channel, and I don't know, I've just been really wanting to make a video like this. Thanks to today's sponsor, which is Skillshare, I am able to bring a video like this to you guys. So if you don't know what Skillshare is an online learning community where they have a ton of learning videos. They have over 25,000 videos where you can learn a new skill or kind of brush up on an old one maybe. They've got a ton of things from art to graphic design to film and photography, which I think is absolutely fantastic. I've been using Skillshare like crazy lately and I do not regret it. I've learned something new every single time I get on there and I love it. Skillshare is about $10 a month once you break it down with their annual price, which is really inexpensive, but if you are looking for a free 2 months, you can use my link down below so you can try it out, see if you like it. So a video that I've been watching recently that's been really helpful for me is called Learn How to Draw Features of the Face by Melissa de Nobrega. I hope I'm not butchering their name, but it was really helpful, and it just kind of, the video broke down different parts of the anatomy of a face, and I'm going to kind of show you my sketchbook pages from those. So she talked about eyes, noses, which was definitely my favorite page. I love how this page looks. Mouths, and then we also went over ears, and it was just really helpful, and the class is only about an hour long, and I don't know, it was just really helpful for that hour, so I'm really glad I took it. But today I'm actually going to be drawing from reference and applying the skills that I learned in that video to my drawings. If you want to watch that particular video, I will have it also linked down below. Alright, so first things first, I've got to reopen my sketchbook because I closed it. And yes, there will be a sketchbook tour coming really soon because I'm down to the last 4 pages of the sketchbook. So what I'm thinking about doing is just doing some really basic sketches. The references I'm going to be using are from quick poses, and I am just going to be doing faces today. I may or may not have my phone on the screen for you guys to see. Feel free to grab a pencil and paper and draw with me with your own references, your own characters, whatever you want to do, because this is going to be in mostly real time. I might speed up some bits here and there, but I have really just been liking real-time videos lately. Why is my camera not want to focus? For all of these sketches, I'm just going to be using a purple Pilot Color Eno, at least until I run out of lead, which if that happens, I'm going to be switching over to just a regular pencil. But I am just going to be drawing from reference, and I'm going to try to fit as many references on a page as I can. But yeah, we're just going to zoom in and have fun, really. It's been a while since I've kind of sat down to practice, and it feels really nice. So what you might see here is I'm setting in some really basic guidelines, and I'm just kind of following my reference. I am going to be a lot looser. I don't want it to be perfect. I just kind of want to draw from reference, if that makes any sense, and just apply some of the other techniques that I had learned. But it doesn't, if it doesn't look exactly like the reference, I'm not going to freak out. So one of the things I had learned in the video is about noses, which was really nice. So most of the noses have a right triangle, which was really handy to learn. So I can apply that here. And then same with mouths. So with mouths, you want to draw a trapezoid shape for the top and the bottom lip, which I thought was pretty helpful, except her mouth is open in this reference, so I'm going to have it kind of curved open here. And then the eyes, you just want to draw some circles, and then we have a really weird looking person. Of course, I am going to build on that, so I'm just going to kind of flesh in some of the nose areas. But yeah, I highly recommend you take this class. It was really helpful for me, especially when finding out what should go where. And I mean, there was a little bit here and there where I would have to pause the video, but it wasn't often, and it gave me some time to play around. so I'm done with the first pose here, or face portrait, I guess. Again, I'm not trying to make them super realistic. I just want to kind of practice from reference, and that reference cut off kind of awkwardly, so I just kind of used some artistic liberty to kind of fill the rest of this in, I guess. But yeah, so we're gonna move on to another pose. I really like doing these poses and I'm actually really happy with this. I feel like since taking this class and even kind of just practicing, I've already improved a lot in my my portraiture, I guess. So I'm just really happy about that, but I'll probably shade this up a little bit and then we'll move on to another one. So this next one is actually going to be a little bit more difficult because in the reference photo, well here I'll just show you, the character is kind of sideways with a pose I'm really not comfortable with, but that's kind of the point of this. So I want to kind of just get the general direction of the face, like which way it's going, because it's kind of going downward. And I definitely want to plop that nose in there, so I'm going to just do another right triangle because the nose is definitely sideways here. And I'm going to add a little bit back here. But yeah, the whole face is definitely turned a lot more than I'm used to. But that is okay because flexing my art muscle. I love how crazy these look whenever you're just kind of throwing them in there really quick. I'm going to make like a squished trapezoid because again her lips are they're in 3/4 view. So yeah, then we're going to start kind of fleshing this out a little bit. I like starting to flesh out with the nose first because I feel like the nose is important. And it's like the center of the face. So I feel like you've got to kind of work on getting that good. And then we're just gonna kind of fill in the mouth area here. Her mouth isn't open or anything, so it makes it a little easier. And then I think the eyes are going to be what's hardest here for me, because since it's in 3/4 view, it kind of, the lids wrap around. And then kind of same with this one, because this one, it doesn't wrap around anything per se, but it is shadowed by quite a bit of hair and stuff. So actually I'm going to kind of draw in this hair a little bit really quick, just so I can get that visual. And then she's got her arm in front of her face, but I'm not going to draw that. Could if I wanted to, but I really don't, so. Alright, I'm gonna shade this a bit because this has some really dramatic lighting on it. On to the next one. I set this for male and female faces, but I'm only getting female faces. Alright, so again, the next one. And the next one is actually, here, I'll show you. So it's a little bit more of less 3/4 view, like it's more turned in over here. So that'll be a fun little challenge. But one thing I really like doing first is kind of separating the face into planes and stuff. Just makes my life a lot easier in the long run. Gonna go ahead and make that triangle for the nose. And a squish trapezoid for the lips again, just like we did with the last one. And then we're just going to plop in some circles for eyes. Isn't she a beauty? Alright, and as with the other ones, I'm just going to kind of plop in the nostril and nose area. No, actually, I do not like where I put that nostril. Not nostril, but the wing. And in this one, her mouth is slightly parted. So I'm going to see if I can recreate that. She's got nice full lips. So we're going to make sure to draw that out. And I'm also going to extend this line because she's got a cheekbone, and you can actually see some skin on the other side of her mouth. And she also has a very strong jaw. Alright, so we're going to do the easy eye first. So the first eyeball is kind of looking this way. But her lids definitely cover up over half of her eyeball. She definitely has that like bedroom eye going on. And then she has really dark upper eyelids because she's got some heavy makeup on. Also, I'm regretting some of this mouth decision here. That's a little better. Alright, so this eye over here I think is going to be the hardest part of this whole drawing. And that is because it is definitely a lot more skewered than the other part. I'm going to lower it a little bit because she is still looking... Alright, actually, we're just going to erase it. Alright, so a lot of this eye is actually covered by the nose and by here, but this wraps around. She's got a lot of eyelashes coming off of that. just going to draw on some features from the reference photo really quick. I'm going to be really loose with this headscarf because I don't feel like drawing out super detailed. I don't think I did a great job with this second eye over here, but that's okay. Another thing that's kind of creeping me out is the fact that none of these eyes have like whites in them. But yeah, just gonna shade it and then we'll move on to another one. Okie dokie. Now we're on to the fourth face. And this one is, again, kind of another angle where she's turning back, but I'm excited to draw this one, and I actually really like this reference photo. I might save it for another drawing. So, first things first, we want to get that nose blocked in. Now that we have that blocked in, we can kind of work on establishing the rest of the face here. So I'm just going to kind of quickly jot in where I think the face, like bone structure and stuff, should go. And then we can fix it as we go. And then she's got lips, of course. And again, I don't know what is up with these 3/4 views, but we're gonna take them. And she's actually got a bit of a wider mouth, so I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. And I don't know what's up with this chin that I gave her, but it definitely looks a lot different than this in the reference. We'll deal with this potato shape later. So we've got a couple of eyes going there. And then we've got a hilarious portrait. So let's go ahead and lightly erase this really dark nose that I accidentally made. And then I'm just going to add in the nostril as normal. And just kind of define the features kind of as I see them. Just like the last one, her mouth is slightly parted. And she also has a very prominent, like, chin fold is not the actual technical term for that, but it's kind of like the part under your chin that folds down because of your lip. Now, we're going to erase this very sad jawline. Alright, back to this drawing. I just had to get off the phone with my husband. So I am going to put some circles in for the pupils so I know where they go. Not the pupils, but the irises. I can put the pupils in the irises though if I want. And then I'm just gonna flesh out these eyes. I don't know how much of this I did off camera because I was on the phone, but I am going to try not to do that again. But we're going to start with a more difficult eye this time. So it is kind of rounded by the bridge of the nose. And actually the eyelash is cut off here and the eyeball actually continues to round. And then kind of the same with that. Eyes are really interesting to draw, just because of all of the shapes and angles that you could possibly get. It's been kind of a fun experiment. So there's that one. Not sure if it's my best, but again, these are more stylized anyway. I'm not super concerned. And then this one, you get to see more of the full eye, and it kind of cuts it right about here-ish. And then she does have some makeup on, so I'm just going to kind of shade, indicating that. I'm not really good with makeup. I think that's something I really need to practice, but, you know, until then. I feel like this portrait looks nothing like the girl that I'm drawing, but I actually really like this portrait, so we're just gonna live with it. One of my favorite things to draw is like these eye bags. I don't know why, I just really like drawing them. And then I'm gonna kind of finish off this part of the head because her hair is in a bun, so it just makes life a little easier to add it like that. But yeah, this girl looks more like an alien, but I actually really like it, so alien faces for the win. I don't know why, but this one's definitely one of my favorite portraits. And it's funny because it looks absolutely nothing like the girl I was drawing. Alright, I'm actually going to do one last one and then I'm going to put it up here. Kind of hoping it rolls a guy face. It kind of did. It rolled, I say rolled. It did give us a guy face, but the problem is, it's partially like, here, I'll just show you. It's like this. So, we're gonna try it out and see where that gets us. So, I'm just gonna start right here. And his face is kind of this way, so we're just gonna make it this way. And he has got like a little triangle nose. But you can't see up the nostrils or anything, so that'd be a little easier to draw, I think. Also, men have very like angular faces. If you ever have trouble drawing men, just draw lots of sharp angles. And why is that nose so high? Alright, he has a very small top lip, so we're just going to make this very small, but his bottom lip is more sizable. And then eyes. I love how funny these look beforehand. Alright, alright, his nose is actually kind of crooked, which I find unique. So I'm going to draw the bottom of it, and actually I'm going to go ahead and put my guidelines in here just to kind of give you a visual as well. But he's got kind of a interestingly shaped nose here, and it's quite big. And then his nose actually curves toward the right of the paper or the photo. Maybe he broke his nose sometime. I don't know. But anyway, he's got a really large There is an actual term for this little bubbly piece on your lip, but alright, his mouth is pretty straight, but we're gonna make it, I have a hard time making straight mouths unless they're frowning, so we're just gonna do that. And then you can actually see this part where the chin and the lip meet. He also has face hair, so we're going to take that into an account. But we'll add it later. But I am just going to kind of indicate it here. He has a mustache. Alright. Now, I'm kind of glad it gave me a guy face, but at the same time I'm like, help. Alright, so his eyes are straight on. Like this. Oof, it's scary looking. And he's definitely got like this like come hither like eyeball look. And I'm gonna make him look really angry in this drawing on accident. I just know it, just watch. Yeah, he has very squinty eyes. And eyebrows. Like why? Why? He does not look this angry in the reference. Oh well. Maybe as I add more to it, he won't. And he has significant eye bag type looking things. That wasn't so bad. Actually, I'm pretty pleased with that. He also has really sharp cheekbones, so I want to indicate that really quick. And since these eyebrows are dark, we're just gonna play that in. Like I said, this portrait is cut off, so I'm just gonna do face. Probably not a great thing, but you know. Alright, well, let's see if I can get this other eye. Alright, so one eye does not match the other eye, but that's okay. We've got some eyebrows to help hide that fact. So, since this photo's in black and white, I am going to shade it just a little bit. Oh yeah, and he has face hair. We're just going to mark in the mustachio. And then I'm going to shade some of this nose to kind of help more indicate that it is more sideways-ish. I'm going to blur it with my finger because I don't want it to be super prominent, that it's like white. I mean, I definitely still have a long way to go when it comes to drawing men, but could be worse. And then actually you can see a bit of his ear over here, so we're just gonna use some creative liberty to plop it in. And then yeah, I don't know what kind of hair he has, so we're just gonna leave it at that, but let me zoom out real quick. Alright, so here are all the portraits that I drew today, and I hope you guys drew along with me. That would have been really fun if you did. Let me know what you drew, and if you follow me on social media, tag me in it. I'd like to see it if you post it. But yeah, this was really fun, and drawing from reference is actually more fun than I remember it being. And the tips that I had learned in the video that I told you about earlier, the Learn How to Draw Features of the Face by Melissa, definitely helped me a lot in kind of figuring out how to place noses and mouths in a simple guideline form. I'm always pretty bad about placing those, and it also helps with eyes and ears, so I'm just really happy that I took the class and I learned quite a few things. Again, if you are interested in getting a free 2 months of Skillshare, there will be a link in the description below. But yeah, I really like how this turned out. I'm really happy, and yeah, again, I hope you're happy with the doodles you made if you drew along with me. So, but for now, I want to thank you all so much for watching. Thank you so much to this month's patrons who support me. You guys are amazing, and I just appreciate it a lot. Right now, I'm also hosting a giveaway. There will be a link in the description below to that. I am giving away a watercolor book of lessons, so you guys can take that and kind of practice your watercoloring. And yeah, don't forget, if you aren't already a part of our Cute Squid Pod, there is a link down below where you can click it and subscribe. Don't forget as well, I also have social media in the description below. And until next time, my adorable squidlings, toodaloo!